So, I have a question for you. How can you successfully run your business if you don't know who your audience is? Maybe you know who they are, but not enough about them to be able to develop your business and services or products into something useful for them. I get really excited about this topic because get it right and all your visibility work will be amplified. As many of you already know, I'm a journalist, and the first thing I learned when I landed at my desk on a warm June day in 2003 is that the audience, or readers in this instance, are always king, and it's a message I have carried with me ever since. It came in very useful when I started my business in 2018. Before I go on, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and notification bell, and you'll be informed every time I upload another video about building a visible business. I still work as a freelance journalist now, as I enjoy it so much, and every time I accept a project, the first thing I always do is to learn about the audience I'm writing for. I couldn't do my job properly if I didn't. How would I know what to write, what words to use, style to take, etc., if I had no idea who was going to be reading it? Doing this research is just one of the many things I love about being a journalist, and there are many. I find it really interesting, and yes, sometimes quite a challenge, but being nosy, as I am, I just simply relish it. I'm here today to get across how important knowing your audience is, because if you get this wrong, then the messages you're sending out across your marketing platforms won't work for you. And if it's not working for you, there's just no point doing the work to start with. It's as simple as that, really, and eventually you'll start to lose people. If you had them in the first place, that is. So for instance, if you're a business coach for small business owners, but the content you're producing isn't actually speaking to small businesses and delivering the value they need and expect, you can see how they may come to you initially, but they'll soon move away again when they realise you're not talking about the things that matter to them. Our attention spans these days are so short, and if you don't hook them in straight away with targeted messages, they're off. Now, this is a subject I talk about a lot, and it always surprises me that I have to keep talking about it. I guess once you're more established in business and you know your audience pretty well, you forget that a lot of people haven't got to that stage yet and are still struggling with the whole concept. I was at an event recently and the audience were asked to put their hands up if they were 100% sure who it is they want to work with, and that their messaging is clearly targeted at them. Not even half of the hands went up, and that's a shame really, because by putting the time and effort in to do this audience work, you can make a big difference to the growth and success of your business. Knowing your audience means you can truly target your messaging directly to them. You can show them you know who they are, that you understand their struggles and issues, the struggles and issues that they're dealing with every day, and that you can help them. This makes them feel good about you, and they'll grow to like you and trust you, which is ideal really, as this is what turns interested people into paying clients. Knowing your audience also makes it so much easier to develop products and services. You'll know what your people need help with and the way they'd like the help to be delivered. It's much harder to sell anything if you don't know who you're targeting. You can imagine that the big companies such as Coca-Cola or Apple don't do any guesswork. They know exactly who they want to buy their products, deliver products to match their needs, and target them with messages that resonate. That's how it's done. Now, one of the easiest things you can do to start you on the route to knowing who your people are is to think back to your purpose and why you started this business in the first place, or are thinking of starting it if you're not quite there yet. Ask yourself what it is you're trying to do. What is the aim? What experience or skills or knowledge have you got that you can bring to the table? What industry do you know the most about? Then you can re-engineer this and think about who it is that's going to benefit from your input. Who has got the struggles that match with the value and insights you can deliver? For instance, I knew that in my business I wanted to use my skills as an editor. I knew I could help with writing skills, communication, messaging, storytelling, marketing, videoing, and all that visibility stuff. And at first that's all I knew. I didn't know anything else about what I wanted to do. But by doing only a little bit of research, it became clear I could make most difference to small business owners, and in particular women business owners, which was fab as I love working with women. Why did I come to this conclusion? Because I found that women were outnumbering men when it came to lack of confidence in getting truly visible. And I wanted to help balance that out. Have you asked your potential clients what it is they want and need? Once you've figured out who your audience is, the most powerful thing you can do is to make a commitment to finding out all you can about them, but in particular what it is they need help with. What are their struggles? What don't they understand? What's holding them back, etc. Whatever your line of business, you can do this. How? Well, the best and most meaningful way is to conduct interviews and ask them. I find people to be really perceptive to this, and it brings with it so many insights. I've changed whole programmes on the back of things I've learned through interviewing. We fool ourselves into thinking we know our audience really well, but honestly, do this work and you'll be streaking ahead of your competitors and find out all sorts of things you didn't know before. Now, I couldn't talk about the importance of knowing your audience without discussing how key this is if you're thinking of using media coverage to scale your business. To use PR effectively, you need to know where your audience are hanging out. What are they reading or listening to or watching? These are the places you will target with your story ideas. There's absolutely no point trying to get into Cosmopolitan or Vogue or Women's Health if your ideal clients are gardeners or interior designers or men. They may be your favourite magazines, but that doesn't mean anything here. Hopefully you can see that to become more and more visible in your business and to get clients, it's key that you know who you're targeting. I'd really like you to get excited about doing the work of knowing and understanding your audience, because it will make a massive difference to your growth and to your bottom line of your business. Don't try to guess or think you know. Find out by asking all the right questions and exploring what it is you want to do and who you want to make a difference for. Now, this is not the first time I've talked about this subject, and it certainly won't be the last, but I'm determined to keep shoehorning it in to all my marketing, as there is always someone who needs to hear this message. To be a success, understand your audience. That's the message. If you'd like to know more about getting more visible in your business without the overwhelm and using media coverage too, I'm holding a free 3-day masterclass on the 4th, 5th and 6th of July 2022 called Get Visible, Get Clients, where I'll go into much more detail. I'll be live every evening at 6:15 p.m, and all you need to do to join is use the link in the discussion box to register your interest. I'll do the rest. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next vid.